Websites are HTML. HTML is code and AI is really good at writing code. So instead of fighting with PowerPoint, let's just use AI to generate our slides as web pages. And whilst doing that, let's actually build a full slide generator in this video. Now for this, I will use Claude Cowork. Claude Cowork is not a normal chat AI, it is an AI agent. This means it can access or edit files on our computer, it can run programs, it can fix its own mistakes. I don't touch any code in here, I'll just add as prompts to Cowork what I want to have, and then I let it build our slide generator application here. We just go to projects and select a new project, and then you add a folder of your choice that should hold your slide generator data, your slide generator files. So I have this AI slides folder now and my project is generated. In this new project, we'll now add our first prompt. This is a longer prompt as we have to set up all the initial details for the project. So we want to build a reusable slide system in this folder. I also highlight that I'm not a developer, so I want to have a quick overview after each completed step on what changed and what I can do now to see the changes or on how to use this slide generator. I also provide some first ideas regarding the look and feel, so 16:9 presentation slide as HTML page and a first slide, so a big placeholder with title and subtitle. Then we have a tiny little tech thing in here. We need a small development server to see this web page. As mentioned, we are building a web page in the end, and to see this web page, we have to run this page somewhere. Typically, websites run on servers, so not on your local machine, but on computers somewhere all over the world. In this case, for this project, we'll use our local machine as such a server just to run this application. Of course, nobody else can access your machine, your local development server here. Then I, of course, also want Claude to start this server and provide the link to click it. If it isn't able to start the server though, I want to have instructions on how to do this on my own. And with this, we can already start the implementation of our first step here. This should give us the development server and the first slide that is generated. So this was somehow successful. If we select this link though, we cannot see anything because the server is not running, but we get instructions on how to fix this. So we should double click start slides.command. So let's see. In our project folder, if we run this, it opens up the terminal and indeed starts our development server. So if we reload this page now, we find our first slide that is generated. This is nice, but it's only a slide. I can't do anything. There is no animation, no controls for it. So my next prompt is about the animation style of that slide. In here, we want to make sure that the slide doesn't simply appear. It should fade in and rise slightly, one element after the other. Nothing bouncy, nothing looping, and I don't want to play the slides automatically. I want to be able to click through the animation step by step, and I also want to have a preview of the complete slide first. Then I want to let the user click through the slide. So we have some JavaScript file in here that gives every slide a click through fade and rise animation. So previous server is running, so we don't have to do this. So if we reload this now, and now click onto the slide, it animates step by step. I can also use the arrows left and right to go back and forward. And this also works quite nicely actually. And if we escape this, we are back at the full slide view here. So we have a working slide now, and we could now already add more slide templates to this project. Before we do that though, I want to work on the style of this slide because all the colors are very generic here, obviously. I don't think it looks bad, but typically you have your own colors and your own style in mind. And in this example here, I want to keep things very simple. I will just instruct Claude to use the look from academind.com, our company's website. It should take the colors, the font, the overall feel, and just put it into one place in the code where all those style decisions are stored. That's my next implementation. And to get an idea of what the slide hopefully will look like, this is our Academind website. So we have this darker purple gradient look with some highlight colors in brighter purple. So somewhere close to this should be the final look of the slide that Claude will generate for us. Here we have to give Claude access to this website, which we'll do now. This is also implemented. Obviously, the whole slide didn't change significantly as we already had a look close to this, but what we can clearly see, if we go back to the page, we have this very dark background that we also have on our website, and we have that purple accent colors here. We also find more technical information on how this was stored in a theme CSS file. We can find color codes that were extracted from our website, but it also tells us that it didn't reveal the font name, so our font name wasn't revealed in the code, so it wasn't able to get the exact font. It still informs us about that. It used a font which is close to this. Its name is Inter. So we also get the information when things didn't work as intended. So always make sure to read those responses here. Those are not very technical, but still it makes sense to understand what is actually going on. We now set the base for our project. So with this prompt, we'll now finally build the actual slide generator. So we have three different slide types: a title slide, a bullet point slide, and a big number slide, just showing that big number in the center, hopefully. And we want to make sure that these templates are our masters, and those must never be changed once they exist, because new slides should be generated based on those templates and stored as new files in a slides folder. And this was also implemented correctly. We now have one folder with our protected templates, but as always, I don't want to dive into all that technical side. If we now go back to our page, we find the three different slide types: the title slide, a bullet slide, and we have the big number slide with the student count here, which also is nicely animated. From the user interface side, we could add a quick button that lets us go back to the landing page, so to say, so to this page where we can select the slides. So we can implement this with this prompt here. This is also integrated, so let's select the bullet slide now. And now we can always go back to our overview page, which obviously improves the user experience significantly. And before we now start generating slides, I want to add a quick rules MD. MD stands for Markdown. That's a file type for text, basically, typically used for such AI agents. In here, I just want to describe our slide system, so the templates we have, the brand values, so to make sure that our AI agent is always aware of the way our project works in here, and that this is also working for other AI agents, other AI models we might use when working with our slide generator. And here we see the file that was now generated in our folder. With the rules implemented, it's now time to test our slide generator. For this, I'll let it build two slides. First, we'll add a new title slide with some, well, rather generic text here. A very nice typical YouTube headline these days, actually, but I want to try to see if this is now added correctly to our slide. And we also have to check the mechanism of the templates being unchanged and the new slide being generated correctly as a new file, a new slide that we can access. We can see the slide was generated already here. I want to add a second slide, this time again another bullet slide with some information about why HTML slides are such a great choice. this was also completed, so we can now find those new slides added below our templates. Now, of course, we could refine this and store the templates separately, which you might also do. Let's first check if the slides are animated correctly. This works perfectly. Same for the HTML slides in here. Now we can quickly tweak this to organize the templates and the generated slides separately. So organize templates and generated slides in dedicated sections on the landing page should do the trick here. This was also implemented. Now we have the templates and the slides separated correctly. And this means we can now use this slide generator already. Just add your prompt in Cowork here and let it generate your slides. I just want to show you two additional ideas now on how to enhance this basic slide generator. So now I want to have two more changes. First, I want to make the text on generated slides directly editable. So we click onto the text in the browser, change it and save it back. So we need an edit and done button so we don't change things accidentally. Of course, again, this should only work on generated slides. And as a second option, I also want to add a PDF export functionality. Those are the last two changes. And then our first version of the slide generator is finished. And as you saw, we didn't have to use any code. You don't have to have any programming knowledge. You don't have to be a developer. I just instructed Claude Cowork to do whatever I have in mind. And of course, also the planning of such an application can also be done with AI. So you can just share what kind of idea, what kind of application, what kind of slide generator in this case you have in mind, and then let AI, Claude Chat for example, provide an outline which you then feed step by step into tools like Claude Cowork, into AI agents. So now we should be able to edit the slides and to export those as PDF. So if we check this now, select edit, we can select the different parts of the slide in here. Maybe add 2026 up here. And now we get an error message up here that we cannot save this. Let's maybe check this again. We have to restart the slides command. This is basically the command that started this development server. So if we now go back to the overview, yeah, then this is not saved in here. So this is something we could do to dive deeper into the logic behind this application, which I won't do now. But as you see, the general editing process and selecting parts of the slide, this is working. And if we check the PDF view now, yeah, then I'm also not very happy because here I have to press Command P and then choose Save as PDF, which is of course definitely not what I want. So I will not dive into the editing issue we have. This is something we could also fix, of course, but the PDF I want to make work because this is of course something that should not be that complicated. So we'll simply update this feature. So the PDF save feature must be updated. Each selected generated slide must simply have a save as PDF button, which then downloads the slide as PDF, because the current solution of course is not the one I want to live with practically when using this tool. So now this was updated, but we have to do one technical thing now at the end of this video. We have to restart our server once. This is basically this terminal here that we see, which started our dev server. So the best thing we can do is now we simply go to terminal up here and quit this terminal. Then this is closed. And now back in our project folder, we again have to run the start slides command to bring up the server once again. And now if we reload our page, go to one of those slides we generated and select Save as PDF, it is preparing the PDF, the download so to say, and then it indeed exported the slide as PDF. So as you see, this is not a finished slide generator here at the moment, but it is totally usable. You can generate new slides, you can edit slides, but you have to implement the fix in Claude to store the edited file, which is something we won't do here. And you can also export your slides as PDF. And this is a pretty straightforward demonstration actually on how to replace tools like PowerPoint simply with tools like Claude Cowork here.